Okay, so recording, and we were talking about people or myself in specific, too much thinking going on. That I had, like I said, I explained I had a dream that in the dream, I seemed like I was too much in my head thinking. And it was kind of weird otherwise, but it had, yeah, something to do with thinking too much about, like, so what I was going to suggest is we just kind of relax into the heart space and just breathe and be there more and more. And then we get maybe some more channeled information, or if any of you guys have more info on the thinking too much or whatever we're working on today, whatever's arising, coming up in your thought process.
Yeah, I mean, I know the phenomenon of being too much in the head for sure. I only recently landed in my head and my heart. I mean, not in my head, in my heart. I mean, it's not that long ago that I actually made the connection. I was saying that on the calls as well. So it's and I think it's also connected to the society, the way we grew up. Like, you gotta check all the possible outcomes so that you can find out which is the best way to go. Like it's this, like the example you went the car, Sharon, when you were selling the car, right? And you had the idea, all right, I'll go there, and that's great. And then other people come and tell you, like, no, you should do it this way and that way. I mean, we don't even have to put that on other people. It can also just be the voice in our head saying, no, it couldn't be that easy, right? We got to check everything, and we got to go to a million places to get all the options. And it's like, no, not really. But it's just normal. It's how we grew up. Like,
Yep. And why not try the easiest, the option that your intuition is telling you, do that first. Yeah. But I listened to others and complicated it. I spent more of my personal time that I didn't have to. But it all worked out.
Yes, I think
it all worked out, and now you know that for the future, that next time you may just listen in the beginning.
Yes.
Well, that's what we try to remind ourselves. Like, she reminds me, okay, what is your intuition saying? What is your higher self saying? What is the easy way out of this situation? Not the not thinking way out, but the divine way out, the higher road or easier path that just, that works. Yeah, let's do that. And it could be that there's like maybe a little extra cost or whatever to it. If you're doing something and it costs a little bit more, go, okay, well, is it worth it just to get it done? Yeah, probably, maybe.
Yeah.
Instead of saving a few dollars, but spending hours of trying to find that better deal.
Exactly, because it's our time as well, right? So if the more time I spend researching things and finding out, like, where do I get the best deal, like, that time might have just been paid by taking the first option that I felt was right. So
Right. Oh, I have some channeling and that I can go into as we're waiting. And we said, like, David's on a plane just for recording purposes, not able to make this call, at least not right away. Maybe he will chime in, but we're just going with what we have here and moving into this, as we said, the heart space, the connected space to the divine, our intuitive, higher vibrational awareness. Okay, so I'm just tuning into, as I said, I don't exactly know. A lot of times it's Sanat Kumara that speaks, but a consortium of masters that come through. So just feel in whatever's right for you. Inan oke amanya tukan ukan ianya, tum anyante kanon mean, seomba ki kan kum kea, shoma iskan unya antea, den komete I kan yeto kum, shom en yang ki inkan kum kan yano. Ian te kumpai, kian onkiai, I andopeke, ano isba akandemon anu shokemai. Dian kopen yokayan, Ian teko ishkan yeno, buke aspoke, Saminia anto umpa iskan, yeno moke iskan yotea. Bakan yeto mikan yenoe. So to me, that seemed maybe more like the Christ energy with Sanat Kumara and others there as well. But yeah, what did you guys experience? If you have any insights.
We drew a tarot card this morning. So or two rather than one. So we're on the way to I think abundance in all areas of our life or something like that. So what I got as pictures in my heart was the like sort of like the treasure in the lake of unconditional love. There was like this big pile of gold, or you know, like those treasure things that pirates look for. So a big pile of treasure, like not money as not paper money, but more like the coins or gold sort of. And so that was like being sort of, well, not broomed, but like pushed over the floor of my heart space. And then I saw, so I was, and then it opened like up into a house where we live with our family, and that we're all like happy and relaxed and all. So yeah, it was nice, and we're at the
Beautiful.
beach, having a good
Nice.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just felt very connected. I'm just feeling the light coming through. And it was like a path that I was shown. But not just like my path, it was just like all of these paths. And I think it just might have meant each person's journey, just to kind of continue on in your truth and just be discerning and ask questions. It was like just a path, a lighted path, but it was more of an outdoor kind of in the woods path, but lighted. So it felt good there. And I could see my path, my main path. And then as I kind of saw it from up higher, all of these lighted paths. So take what you will from that. United, maybe we all have our own journeys.
Yeah. I didn't really get too much. That's good, both good. As far as that, I just felt kind of a coming together, a unification of ourselves, so that we get stronger more as a group, and we are working more together in our alignment, or seeing what's going on for, as you were saying, abundance, but also paths, like we're moving in kind of a, we're kind of all moving in the same direction, I guess I would kind of see with that.
I liked your word alignment. I think that's what it was about, alignment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So both of it, like abundance to this group and also alignment to each, to you guys or all of us aligning, because we got to kind of have a similar vision, right? Similar sense. We're all aligned with divine. We're all connected, and we get our own messages individually, but
Mhm.
then we're on the page of trying to do the best we can with what we know and what we're understanding that we need to do
Mhm.
on the journey and together as a group. So we're doing these calls, trying to put them out there to others that may find it useful and helpful in their lives and also may feel guidance to do their own work that will help humanity as a whole, or even parts of humanity moving, so that we can, right, free humanity from these
Mhm.
old times, old timelines,
Mhm.
old thought forms, old energies, all this stuff we talk about. Because we get kind of nebulous. So I think we're
Mhm.
kind of maybe stepping back, is what I sense in this thing. David's not here to rein us back in wherever. So now
Yeah.
we're kind of just going off on our own. Yeah, it's good. It's good stuff.
Yeah, I like it. For our own messages, it's good.
Get our
And it's
message.
for anybody that listens to the call,
Yeah, it's
being in
okay.
the energy and just feeling that channeling and just seeing what they sense and feel. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else? Yeah. No.
Mm-mm.
So I can keep going. Like I said, I think also I mentioned that I was too much in my head, but there's like channeling going on in my head. And then I also have all these other thoughts. Well, I want those other thoughts to not be there. I want them to calm down so I can be more clear in the channel. So I don't feel, so I feel sort of like sometimes a little like my head's being worked on or still aligned or cleared. So I'm just
Yeah.
setting that intention for myself and maybe all of us to clear our mind. So we're clear thinking, higher vibrational thinking,
Mhm.
Yeah.
not caught up
Yeah.
in the way of the world or whatever. So let's just see if I can, yeah. Um,
Mm.
all right, so here we go. Moving in again, just moving up higher and higher. And we have more words. Kin an ome ante akanyom. Kian demoya ahano okum isi sheambo. Kikan kemo ando e makan. Dikan kumeanda to shomang yantomo yohohandaya. Ikan emoya semo etan kekomaya. Dishkon mason anpe. Kano mekan jemoya. Kiando home. Akando home kayan. Shikando home. Dahando he. Shiking anina anum ante. Kando se anda an. Que ando de ando se ando iskamai. Seemed like a different channel.
It did, yeah. I was struggling with that a little bit, like I didn't get a whole lot other than it seemed like a sense of having to open up more,
Yeah.
allowing for me. So I guess that's why I wasn't getting a whole lot. I have to just open up a little bit more. Something's blocking. Something for me to figure out.
Yeah. Maybe tuning into whatever that is blocking. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's all right. Yeah.
Yeah, I had after I dropped into my heart, I had the spiral going up again, and so I went into the God's living room, as I call it, and I met David there, and yeah, basically just floating and going up, and yeah, yeah.
Right. Okay.
When I was feeling bad after the accident today,
Mm.
I mean, first I just, I let it go because it has to come out, of course, to release the shock and stuff. And then I mean, David was on the ferry and everything, and like we kept in touch. He was, of course, always asking like, how are you doing? Are you okay? And all, and then I called him at some point. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to the gods now, having a piece of cake, and then I can start driving again.
Oh, yeah. That's
So,
good. You got to process all those emotions because a lot come up when you're in an accident. And it all goes back to, well, of course, the shock, the fear, and then you start thinking, wow, how could I have done this? And then you get into the, oh, I'm not good enough. I know that for me personally, that's the kinds of things that would come up for me. And of course you're good enough. It's just an accident, right? But I would get in my head and say, what's wrong with me? What did I do? And that's not about that. It's really not.
I kept hearing that the reaction of David sitting beside me was something like, there he is.
You mentioned his name.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll tell the story when he's here.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. Hey.
Well, hello.
Hello.
Wow, made it.
Yeah, I can't say very much. I'm just in a cab.
Cab, yeah.
Okay.
Just thought I'd drop in and say hello.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We were just talking about you.
No.
He knew.
Yeah.
Tell me.
So, so I was just speaking about the
Thank you.
accident and what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Inside myself, and so yeah, Sharon, you're right. It starts this
whole thing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, why am I so stupid? Like, why don't I break the car, right? What's the problem? Like,
yeah.
And what the reaction that David sort of, that he spoke was something like, oh, Alenka. And I know that because my stepdad, or so it was definitely another man in my life, and it was also connected to driving. The same direction, the same reaction, the same words, the same sound, like, oh, Alenka. And then so this kept going over and over in my head, and I was sitting there and it was like, oh my God,
I'm a terrible person. Yeah.
Why did this happen? And like, oh, what's this? Yeah, until I got to the point of asking myself, well, who knows what it's good for? And when you, David, messaged me before and you were like, you're learning to not be on the call without guilt, I was saying, and you remember what we've been talking about? We've been talking about exactly that, right? You're taking up too much responsibility, so you get annoyed by people, you get angry and feel resentment.
Mm-hmm.
This morning we were talking about who's driving. Okay, I'm the one driving. I'm I'm driving you to the ferry. So in the end, it's your fault, right? Because you had to go to the ferry. So I was sitting there with this conversation going over in my head and being like, yeah, and but like why and it wasn't even me, and we were in a hurry, and why, and all of this coming up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, so we sort of like, both of us in each our ways had a lesson regarding that topic, right? Feeling like, because yeah, why would I feel resentment now? I mean, what's that about? Like, it's not necessary. Same for David, of course, with not being on the call, and like feeling guilty for that. So can just all be happy.
Yeah. It's just getting through those emotions. Yeah.
Exactly.
Processing and coming back to and being better for it all.
Yeah.
Thinking about what you learned.
Yeah. Yeah.
I unmute myself.
Ah.
And I figure, I forgot the rest of the sentence. But it's like, if I don't take responsibility for anyone else, well, there's very little I actually have to do. And it's like, and it means I can't be special anymore. So like me being special, it is sandwiched with like me being guilty. Because it's like, it's the same phenomenon. It's like, so it's actually letting go of having to be special in some way.
What? So you mean the guilt made you special?
Yeah, I don't know. I was just walking to the airport when it hit me.
So explain it again. What was the specialness? What was that?
Greg gets it, which is interesting.
Does
So
Greg get it?
So I think I'm special. He's not in his head. So I think I'm special. Therefore, it's all my fault, right? Because, I'm special. And then the guilt is just right there.
Yeah.
And I'm the only one, like, I'm the special one, I did it all. It's all my fault. No one was there. No one helped me.
Right.
Where the fuck were you all? All that. But then the guilt is just like overwhelming. And yes, I'm resentful because I'm like projecting my guilt.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense. I mean, I'm still working through this.
No, but it does make sense now. Yeah. The sentence got clearer.
And I'm looking at it through the lens of being human, right? So just in my everyday day-to-day, it's like, oh, I feel guilty. It's taking on way too much responsibility.
Yeah.
Like, I don't choose to do most things that occur in my life. It's like I choose to do very little. But other people are already always ready to give responsibility to someone else.
Oh, that's true.
Sorry. Yeah, that's it. I think you're right, David. I mean, we have to get out of our way of the things that kind of make us what we are, thinking special or guilty or whatever that is. What's the underlying reason we hold on to that? Why? And why do we do that? So it's letting go of that, I guess, as best we can, figuring it out. What do you guys have to add? Anything? Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it is about letting go. And I guess understanding what we're doing, because like I said, we don't know what we're doing a lot of times. It's just we're on autopilot from past times. So when we go higher and we get into the energy, we feel, oh, okay, there's a different way of thinking about this or feeling it.
Mhm. It's not letting the emotions control you, is the way I see it. It's kind of being aware of what's going on, thinking about it a little more, and just not getting carried away with the emotions.
Yeah.
And I work on that, you know.
Mm.
Certainly not easy for me.
But can I say something? Well, we are saying like to get out of the head, right? To get more into the heart.
The heart.
And then we would be saying like it's about feeling, right? What do you feel? So
Mhm.
isn't that the same as emotions?
Yeah.
When you get into the heart, yeah, I mean, I guess I can feel anger there, but let's say the situation, if I was in an accident and it's my fault, yeah, I would have to feel these emotions all coming up. We've all been, you know, there in that situation. But it's more of, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's more of not feeling all the anger against myself and the guilt and shame, a lot of shame, but it's more of just trying to think of what is the benefit here, what's going on, why did this happen, but not like all this negative self-talk that I usually go through and something like that. I mean, there's usually a lot of it, but it's realizing I don't even have to go there. But maybe it's something I have to go. I mean, I don't know. It might just be a way to release things that are still in there, still in my heart, still that I'm holding on to. Because we've all got these deep, deep beliefs that maybe we're not good enough, you know, we're not worthy.
I do.
Yeah.
That was one I'd say over and over again. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. And I go, oh, I'm not, I am. That's not a good mantra.
I think it's, I basically just wanted to point that out because we were speaking about that before, to get out of the head into the heart.
Yeah.
So, and then we feel, and then you said, don't get stuck in the emotions. I think in that moment, when we start with those emotions, they might be sort of in the heart, but we move back into the head. And we start with the thought processes, right? Because that's that's a very, very brainy thought process. That's how the brain, the mind works. That's the experiences. The experiences I've made are indicating me, like for me, that I'm not good enough. I shouldn't be driving at all, like whatever stuff like that.
That's the mind getting into it. Yeah.
The mind.
Exactly.
But initially the feelings, you want to get into the feelings, but then you don't want to get into the negative self-talk later, you know, after.
Exactly. Yeah. So you basically, because in that moment we're moving back into the head and we're going into those thought processes, and that's the ones we get stuck in.
You're very right. Yes, that's where you get stuck. Yeah.
And that's the ones where, because I like the heart, if we stay in the heart, then of course we feel like, first of all, we're shocked. So the body is like, ugh. And then we might go into, I'm whatever, sad or something, because I mean, I would have spent the time rather bringing David to the ferry and like being more relaxed than standing there on the street coping with an accident.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, in the end, what's the feelings that stay? It's a bit, yes, if I am in the heart, all is good in the end. I mean, I cry out the shock, so that I feel safe enough to start driving again, and then all is good. If I don't go in the head, being like starting to be afraid of the consequences or stuff. So what we definitely all learned from this is something very amazing about this country again. There is a form. You can put that form into your car and have it with you for when something like that happens. And then you just have this form. Oh, hello, show the form. It's that now. So you have this form. Okay, now it's the wrong way. So you have front to rear collision, right? And in this case, one does not need to call the police. So it's just the two parties filling out the form, signing, each one taking a copy, and then either you go to your insurance because that makes sense for you, or you don't do it. So
Negotiate,
and nobody, I mean, you can sort it yourself. Nobody cares. It's that's beautiful. I was messaging with a friend. I was telling her that when I came home, I was messaging her like, oh, I just got home and I actually had an accident today and I'm munching this bag of crisps now. I guess that's because of the shocks. And she messaged me back and she said, yeah, I guess it's more relaxed in Gozo than in Germany. Like she's in Berlin, because there you have to call the police, you have to involve the insurance, like you have to go through all these. You can't go any other way than the law tells you to, basically. So
wow.
And that was something that my stepdad also learned, because my stepdad is very skeptical. And so I was talking to him. I just produced an accident and he's like, call the police, like call them. Don't let him tell you anything. Call them. I mean, I had an accident once with my scooter and we didn't call the police. And in the end, they told me, you should do that every time. Because now I have the problem, I still didn't get paid by that guy, right? So, but anyway, so my stepdad's all call them. So in the end, I did call them because it's his car. So all right, I'm gonna call them. I called them, and what do they tell me? Fill out the form, go to your insurance. So you're not coming? No, we're not coming.
This is a thing, yeah.
Yeah, because they can't be involved in all these little accidents.
Yeah.
They're very busy on Gozo. But anyway.
They don't want to be busy. I can't.
Very busy. Lots of accidents now. Probably not.
There is accidents, but anyway, it's all good. It's beautiful, right? My stepdad and I, we did go to the insurance again together, and then he was saying like, yeah, well, we might just do it by ourselves. And the ladies in the office, even though they had sort of taken it into the system already, they were like, yeah, sure, all right, if you do that, then you do that. And he's like, okay, and where do I get one of those forms?
He wants one. Yeah.
So he put one of the forms into the car and all is good.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I had a vehicle, this is years ago. Greg, you never saw me in this vehicle. It was like a Nissan, and it was a maroon color, which I think attracts accidents. Yeah. And so I got hit from behind at least 8 times. And the first couple of times it was like traumatic and, insurance was involved and all that. And then after a while, as I kept getting hit, I was like, this is happening again. And the last time it was just like a tap, and I didn't even get out of the car. I didn't do anything. I waved to the person, put my window down. I said, that's okay. I've been hit a lot. No worries. And I drove away. And ever since that time, I haven't had any, thing like that. So I had to learn to let go of all that. Of course, it was bad. I would have had to done something, but it's just a lesson for me that who cares? It's just a car. So what if it has dents on it? Who cares? It's a transportation, nothing more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could have seen the look on that person's face, like, what? You're not gonna, because it was their fault. You're not gonna come after me for money? No.
Yeah, that guy also, he was very nice. He was like, I mean, you expect sort of anything, right? That was my first time that I hit someone like that. So, I mean, of course, it's clear it's my fault. I got that I'm not going to argue. It was a stupid situation because we were leaving a roundabout and in front of him were other 1 or 2, whatever cars, right? And they started with the stopping, right? So we're leaving the roundabout and everything comes to a halt. Right. So it was this, and that was the moment when I didn't stop on time and I actually bumped into him. So and I'm like, yeah, fuck it. And I'm thinking like, well, nothing happened. It was just a little, like, it was really
Little bump,
basically
yeah.
nothing. And but he did put his the thingies on, and he got out of the car. And first thing, so I got out of the car, of course, myself, and first thing he asked me, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, all good." And then he's like, "All right, let's take pictures and move the cars out of the way." And he was just really like, not angry, not anything. I mean, nothing much happened to his car, but like, it's okay. Of course, he wants it fixed. It's fine.
Sure, yeah.
So yeah, it was all good. And then he picked out the form and came with the form. I just don't have a biro. I'm like, yeah, I have a biro, no problem. So we started filling the form, and he was like, yeah, I was a policeman before, and
Oh,
so
that's
he
good.
knew all that,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
yeah.
Very good.
So it was really, really good and peaceful, and we have each other's number. I messaged him before already, like, about my stepdad doesn't want to do anything about it, so all good. And yeah, it's really, yeah.
yeah, good.
Easy.
So you're calm around that. I think that was what you needed to calm down to that. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's all good. Breathe in good. It's all good. Huh. Ah. Ah. So I have some more channeling if you want that. Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So we'll go in again, see what they have to say. Bian kemoniakan de Roman, Kayon isman atanognian, Semon akan demon yasand, Kukanyan, Kunyan anyante, Hando makan yasan boya, Ian kome atom bean, Dekon sokombo, Humbe angsko omska aino, Deshko be, Dikanye, Humyakande humea, Is and umta and umya, Deng onyekan anum hakanto, Shopon ketan yasome, De doheni ahano is senoma ke kombokaya, Kumya ande anto is ande apai akayan. Hmm. Hmm.
Who is that speaking?
Yeah. Well, again, it's a consortium. I mean, it's more than one, but
Consortium.
I kind of get Sanat Kumara was more lead in that. That's what I'm getting. What do you have? Yeah, anything?
It's getting just heart opening for me, heart opening, and just trusting myself more. So I'm just going to be sitting with that and feeling that.
Hmm. 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 Yeah.
I got that, like, the guy I drove into and the people that were surrounding the scene, if they want, they can, like, they got this cocoon thing I was talking about on another call, and this, so they can ascend, like, they're going up. That was nice.
Wow. It was interesting. You were on a roundabout, you know, going around. Was it the roundabout going clockwise or counterclockwise? Maybe that doesn't really matter.
Well, they're clockwise here because it's left,
Yeah, left. Right. Okay.
driving on the left, so they
Yeah.
go
Clockwise.
clockwise. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, something about that is what I'm getting. I don't know. They were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, moving forward, not being able to brake.
Right. Right.
That's all. That's something that came back to me because we had a rental car the other week, and that was I mean, as they are, different cars are different, so that was completely different with the braking and how the pedals felt, right, on your
Mhm.
feet.
Yeah.
And I had today when I was driving, I think it was maybe the first time since the rental car that I was driving my stepdad's car again, and it felt like it was hard to brake. It wouldn't work.
Mhm.
Like it felt
Mhm.
as if it's not reacting.
Mhm.
So it was really, and I was thinking about that. So today, that it's not. I'm not slowing down.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so when we were driving to the insurance, my stepdad asked me, "Are you driving?" I'm like, no, you drive."
No.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is getting used to a car, as you drive it, you gotta get a little used to it if you haven't driven for a while. Yeah, I always try to
Yeah.
test the brakes and kind of go, okay, this is a little different than my usual car. I don't know. I just need to keep testing and kind of like get a feel
Mhm.
for it, right? So you can feel the groove and know, oh, okay, I gotta press a little bit harder than the other cars I drove. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny, yeah.
But
Uh-huh.
yeah, it is like, are you spiraling and then the accident, like you stop yourself? Like, I think I would do that if everything gets really good. Like, this is what
Oh, yeah.
I was experiencing. Like, when I had my accident, which was some years ago, maybe 3 years, 4 years ago, I don't know, maybe a little bit more than that. But anyway, I was like feeling really good, like, oh wow, nothing's gonna get in my way. And then I looked down at my radio and I turned the knob, and then the guy in front of me slams on his brakes, and I like run into him. I like, ah, and he was like a new driver.
Oh.
So, but I was like, oh, I guess I'm not feeling so good right now. Stop myself from feeling too good. Like something had to
Yeah.
stop me, which was me stopping myself from feeling really good. So I think that's a lesson, at least I hear it
Mhm.
for myself. Like, why are we stopping ourselves from feeling really good
Good.
by
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
something like that? Because we do it to ourselves, I think.
Yeah, we can sometimes do that. Yeah.
Get in our own way.
Yep.
Yeah. It does make sense with what came up for us yesterday with this like is this all for real? Like
Mhm.
it can't be, that cannot be true, like that it's working and that it's actually good and stuff. So it does make sense in that way as well. Like
Yeah.
can't all be that good. No, wait, we need to do something here.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I hear. And yeah, we create that reality that things, oh, okay, no, things can't be that good, so then they won't be that good. And you'll create
Yeah.
that. You'll create something that's not so good. You go, oh no, it can be that good. Let's go with that.
Mhm.
Because I need to reiterate that to myself. Yeah, it's really good. I got good stuff going on. It's okay. Yeah, all good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like you
definitely.
say, all good. I like you. All good. All good.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Okay. Anything else? Are we good to keep going?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think I have, yeah, it should be good. I don't have anything pressing at this moment. So, you guys, I was going to ask, and I know where maybe this is if you guys have anything to channel, even a few words that you might be getting, and it might feel like gibberish. If you do, I would say, I started channeling, it felt like gibberish. Like, I'm just speaking this stuff. I don't even know what I'm doing. I just like say stuff. It's not weird, but I just would do it because it got me into the mode of like, just let it flow. You're not going to know, but you're not going to know exactly what it is. And I go, okay, all right. So anyway, I will do some, but I was going to give you guys a chance.
I would definitely say something if there is, like, I would let you know, so, or everyone that, but it's maybe it's a self-made cause, like, also, like, I can't believe this is happening, so it's sort of, there's nothing there at the moment.
Yeah, that's fine. Right. And like I said, for me, it's kind of like always running. And
Yeah.
I'm like trying to get used to, okay, asking, like, I like it running, but can it be more, not so much taking up in my head with other things, like what can I get rid of in my head? Too much going on. It's, yeah. So I'm asking that question as maybe they can speak about that and I get some answers.
Yeah.
And as for you guys, that you get out of your own way, that you can speak and whenever that timing is right, in your own way, whatever that expression is. Yeah. So here's some words about maybe that or whatever they're wanting to convey. Ian kemaniai, okay, I atu, kumen yanan akando, hanu me ata asano, kinkan kuman yatan usmeke, shand o ikande mokehan, honda hatan semon yete, kin an usba akan duhmana, seman dekomoi, ikan dekomakanyato ho, shikan ute bukeyan, demon yakan des ohi ahamun ya kekando, basan dakumbain tohuma, ian deso, shan umbakande, kandi asmakai isi ohum aanda. Dekum bahandu home, ian dekum mayan tome, ian dekum oke isan ukamaya, ti deheman yasan dogo. That one seemed easier for me. It's usually easier than for me. It seems like it's more Sanat Kumara because I seem to have maybe an easier time with him as a lead than maybe the Christ energy or other masters. Just my observation of myself, but certainly open to what you guys have.
So I just got all those good pictures again. I went up. Oh, sorry. I went up on the cloud, and then it was. Then it turned like into sort of a park or something, like green and grass and all, and flowers and everything. And then we just had good times as a family. Yeah.
And I got the urge to just pull a piece of paper out. I just felt like I had to like just close my eyes and just kind of draw on the paper. And it helped me, like the physical part of me moving the pen on the paper. It just helped me, like it was spirals going up. And it just helped me to feel even more connected. So
nice.
Just, I don't know, something about the motion of it. So now I just feel like I have to keep drawing, but with my eyes closed. So I have to get a bigger piece of paper. I just have these little sticky notes.
So back to the spirals, though, like you were talking the spiral, like the roundabout is a spiral.
Spiraling up, yes, but it's more of a spiral up.
Yeah.
A good spiral, not a spiral out of control. A good spiral.
Right.
Made me feel good. Yeah. Like, I don't know, lifting up, reaching up, connecting.
Yeah, I had I like when you said that, I was thinking of my spiraling up So
Yeah. I like that image of that. Feel that.
Yeah.
You can just looking for paper.
get a big one.
Oh, I need something a little bigger. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, that was different. Thank you, Greg, for that channeling.
Yeah, well,
You never know what you're gonna get.
it's like a box of chocolates.
Bubba gum.
Yeah. Mhm.
You
Yeah.
never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, chocolate sampler. You don't know. This you, yeah. Reach in and grab something. It's all good. It's all good. I like that. Okay. Anything else? Yeah, so
Feel good. It was really nice. Just
Mm.
got me in a better space.
Mm.
Trusting myself. Following that intuition.
Yeah.
yeah, right. Yeah, it's true. Let's see if
Someone has a room.
Hmm.
Hello,
Yeah.
hello.
Do you want me to talk? I
Oh.
missed the last channel. I'm going to set up my computer. I'll be with you in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, we can hang out or we can do
Yeah,
more.
I'm gonna take a real quick break.
Take a break, okay.
I'll be right back. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me pause it for a sec.
Yeah, sure. Then I'll just be back as well.
All right, we're recording. Yeah, I'm back.
Time in Ireland. So 2 channels ago, like there was just something happened with, I guess this part of Ireland was just connecting something. It just felt like there was like this, I could see this wave on the internal plane of energy. It's very pretty.
Yeah. Mm.
That's all I have to add. It's just been very good to listen.
But you were saying something earlier about your reconnected because of yesterday, you were not connected or
Yeah, there's something about guilt, the conversation about guilt and letting go of the guilt. And I'd mentioned on the call yesterday that there was like this tunneling down under the seabed near Camino, and the dragons were like holding something fast there. I don't know what it was, but it's like it's a number of like many souls that hadn't returned to light. So it's all related to Atlantis. So that was like 3 million souls, and then that started opening up last night. So it's got all this light clearing was happening for Malta, not just myself. And then somehow they gave me a new template, and then I just felt this heart. They actually, I said, "Is there anything specific I need to know?" And they showed me the heart, and then I could just start to feel this beautiful energy start to emanate and come through into the heart.
That's so nice.
Yeah, it's very beautiful. So I was very grateful, and that's made a big difference, and will continue to do so, no doubt. So just curiously, Greg, I don't know if Alenka mentioned this. We were discussing your arm, and so if you don't mind me talking about that, and you talked about being in a corridor, because we weren't certain what it meant, and it may not be connected, but I think we both see you partly in Gozo, but you see yourself partly somewhere else, and we're uncertain whether actually both things are actually fact simultaneously. That somehow you are holding Gozo whilst holding this crystal in another part of the world.
It's possible. I mean, I don't know. I mean, my sense of it was that, and I don't know, that's where I kind of get, it's a little nebulous right around this time. I was getting that I was more in I thought there was 2 parts of Atlantis, right? The Atlantic part and then the Caribbean part. Now, maybe I'm wrong there, but that's what I was saying, where it seemed like there was a certain number of crystals and if that resonates with you, I don't know if that, so, and if I'm in, let's say, I think you could transfer yourself from one to the other. Oh, that didn't work too good.
Oh, oh, he's back.
Yeah.
Could you hear that, David? Or are you?
For a second, I just got kicked out.
Yeah.
I'm changing my connection to my phone.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So no, I mean, I'm still a little fuzzy. So if you guys get some more information and maybe we get this put together, kind of where we were, and maybe it doesn't really matter. It's interesting, but does it matter in the, I don't know. I mean, I just kind of got to get a scheme of like, how did Atlantis, what did it look like when it fell? I mean, I kind of get, it was kind of collapsing at the final. It had already collapsed to some extent. I don't know, maybe half, or at least that's my vision of it. At least they show me like an island. My vision is there's an island, and then like half of it is gone. It's like already collapsed into the sea before the final collapse. Or, well, maybe there were multiple final collapses, but yeah.
So I'm uncertain as to the when we work out the detail. I think part of the healing is seeing what happens. We don't have to do it today.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Because there may be more, it may come up in at different times when they show us more. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's really profound what they have been showing us. So I'm being led to believe there's more to do with this. But yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know what more to say.
I think it was me yesterday who saw you on both sides like first, and then we started talking about it because it sort of picked up on what David had said before, that you were definitely here. But of course, you also feel connected to what's it called again? Bimini?
Yeah, well, maybe that's just because I'm
area.
yeah. I just, and I don't know. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, we also like, I mean, you said something like that now, and we like the land masses were different that time. And yeah, I'm quite sure that however that exactly occurred, but you were in both places. So you were holding the crystals where you say you were with the one hand, the right hand, right? And with the left hand you were holding the ground. I mean, we talked about that, and the ground would have been Gozo.
Yeah. Well, I do get, if I ask where I was, I get Gozo.
Okay.
So I do get that I was physically there. So it might be some confusion on my part that I was someplace else, and maybe I was, but physically I think I was in Gozo at the time of the collapse.
Yeah, and maybe you were holding the crystals energetically. I mean, there's like,
yeah,
we were, yeah.
right.
There was different abilities that time, and different connections and stuff. Yes, please, Mr. Collins.
I see. Can I clarify which hand is like holding the crystal?
Well, I have my right hand is what I'm, it's kind of interesting. I think my right hand was holding the crystal. Is that what you guys see?
Yes.
That's what I see. I just couldn't tell if your screen was back to front.
Okay, this is right hand.
Yeah.
Left hand. But my left hand, I have a lot of energy in as well. Like there's stuff going on. It's been going on in both hands.
Yeah.
So I was always told like this left hand, it was like a golden hand. Left hand. By the angels. And I go, okay. Right. So Sharon knows that story, sort of.
For me, it was always the right hand holding the crystal and the left hand holding the ground. That's how you showed us, sort of. I mean, that's the arm that had this, that has this thing, right?
Yeah, it has something here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a shard.
Yeah, right in this.
Yeah, it got bigger too. When we first worked on it, it was a little thing.
Yeah,
And it got bigger, like a triangle kind of shape.
yeah.
Is it still like
Yeah.
that, or
I don't know if you can see
hard
it.
to see it now? Yeah, but
So it's just
you
a
can see
kind
it's gotten bigger.
of a groove here, but it's like a bump on this below this, and it, yeah,
Okay.
we removed some of that.
So what I can see is from the right hand, it's like a beam of light which stretches across the planet. And I see interconnecting beams of light. So you weren't the only one who was holding one of these crystals. So you could well have felt like you were across the world. Because physically, it's close enough as an explanation, you were kind of holding the planet, the energy. There was a number of beams of light that were connecting and holding the main frame. That's the closest word I've got given. So the power that you were holding was astronomical.
Like Atlas holding the earth on his back. Is that the
Boulders.
whole
Yeah.
earth here?
So they want to underline this. They're not like walking over the astronomical holding, because we're feeling a lot of pain, and they want us to understand the pain has a reason. It's not a simple task to hold the earth plane. They want me to talk using those words. They want me to explain you held the earth plane, 8 of you, 12 of you, wasn't more than 12, were holding all that energy to keep Atlantis reality stable. So when it went, and my heart just exploded. Nothing left of the king, just obliterated. You had your arm just severed. Alenka was doing her best to keep. You should speak for yourself, my queen. So I'm playing a bit of role play here.
Thank you. Well, I was just figuring that, like yesterday, I said, for me, my role was to get Astraea out and keep some stuff safe. And from my reaction now, I figured that some crystals were in my, some of those crystals were with me or close to me. So,
Yep.
yeah, but that's like this is now the first time that I relate to that, like that comes to mind. Other than that, I mean, I think I said that yesterday on the call as well, that then the dark forces, whoever they were just invading the valley, and I got killed pretty soon. So not much memory there apart from that. Yeah.
And Sharon, I don't know where you were, but I sense like the heart area.
What do you mean?
When Atlantis fell.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where I was either. Caribbean, I think.
Makes
You
sense.
were definitely part of yeah.
Yeah, you would have been one of the 8.
Greg and I worked on that for me last night, that bringing back all those pieces into one. I don't know if we did that for you, Greg, but it was good. I had a lot of stuff I worked on last night.
It was happening for me, but we were working on you mainly. The shattering and bringing back all those.
Well, you did that for yourself too. Yeah.
We're kind of both of us. You, we're working on sharing.
Okay. Thanks for saying this. It's not a simple task putting it back together again.
And the angels, I see the angels have been gathering these parts for this time. It's taken a long time. Gather all the parts and put them in for us. They've done that work for us, really. That's what I see.
Yeah,
We
it
can
was
keep-
letting the emotions go first. Mhm.
And they've brought us to this place so we can actually do this healing for each other.
Mhm.
Because without each other, there was no chance of this healing.
Mhm.
Right, need
I
enough of
was not going to go unless I felt that I could forgive myself. So it took meeting you, talking with you to appreciate that I could forgive myself.
Mm.
Yeah, that's big. I mean, I definitely,
Yeah.
we were all kind of part of it, even though you may have played, or you thought you played a bigger role, but you know, in the end, it's just was for naught. In that moment, it was what was going to happen. It's okay.
Yeah, it's my significance.
Mm.
Taking us through six.
It's good. You gotta laugh at it. Okay, been there, did that. All right, let's heal it. Let's heal it all, because I think a lot of people need healing around this. This is big, right?
Mhm.
Like this myth and legend, and yeah, it's real stuff.
Yeah,
I always felt it was real because I could always have memories of it for a long time. So
I never believed any of this was real. I thought it was all made up and it was a figment of people's imaginations and that they were mad.
They were
I
mad.
talked to people who talked about Atlantis and things like that because they were off their heads. That was my world. I've just been reading a book about quantum theory, how everything is relative, you know.
Mhm.
yeah. Yeah, but now I see, now you have lots of, like I said, I had memories and I go, oh, doesn't everybody have sort of memories of past things or whatever? No, no one has that. Go, okay.
Until a certain place in their life. And
Feel
then
something.
certain people start to see and experience and understand.
Mhm.
So my healing, it's like as I feel this and I accept its reality and I deal with it and I feel the emotions, I let them go in this lifetime. So it's not just that lifetime, it's looking at my relationship with Paul and the work that I do with the company I'm working with in Ireland. Like I feel guilty because I'm not doing everything for them. So,
Well,
you know, so I have to deal with it like in this reality, in the here and now. Because
yeah.
this is what Aaron told me, deal with it in your body here today.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's where the clearing, that's where the cleansing really occurs in your reality now.
Does, and you can go anywhere, like any past time, and clear it, but you're in the now. You have to be in the higher vibrations, or want to connect, want to be in the higher vibrations, want to feel in our heart, and let it come up. Let the guilt, the shame, the loss, the pain, it all has to be released in the now. But you can release it from any time or place, dimension.
Yes.
But the only time you have is now, right? It's right now.
Which is why we're going where we're going, and why we're being taken where we're taken by the angelic realm and by the Christ and the others. You know, they're cutting off all the timelines to bring us back to this place when Atlantis fell. And that's the only procedure they're taking us through, just so we can deal with those energies. And then others will do what they do. So I don't have any more words about this. I may have some channeling, but not yet.
Mm.
Should you look up, Alenka?
I was saying before
Look
when
like-
Greg was asking if any of us has any words, I was saying I'm having a break. I mean it could be self-made, but yeah.
Well, the shock would have like tipped you out of what you had. Like your human is now fast and furiously trying to work out what happened. And until it does that satisfactorily, your heart chamber won't really be connected enough to hear her.
Well, it's not only since the accident. I mean, I've been quiet yesterday too.
Well, I wasn't. Yeah, let's not go there. Yeah.
It's and I did have like 1.5 hours sleep or something, so I'm much better now than I was before. So
Yeah. It's just some compassion with yourself. So I find, having been through this channeling journey, when I'm first doing it, when my human kicks in, for whatever reason, tiredness, argument, blah, it just takes some time to reconnect.
yeah. No, I'm all good. I'm not. I was just telling, like, because Greg was asking, and I was just saying that's what's going on right now. I mean, if I'm gonna sit like tomorrow and meditate, it might change in an instant, sort of. Since I didn't really do that today, because there wasn't the time. Then of course nothing moved. That's all good.
Yeah.
I'm not frustrated. I take it as it comes. It's
And I've heard Sharon channeling. Yeah, it's good, but she does it.
Right.
She definitely does.
Well, I
When,
just channeled a little bit on paper.
there you go.
And I'm trying to figure out what this drawing is.
All right. He's drawing stuff and it's coming out and opening up.
Trying to figure out my way.
You have said words
Learning
before.
process for us.
On on our calls, you said some, yeah.
Way back, yep.
Well, yeah. So you.
So I kind of,
got
I
it.
don't know, I kind of feel resentful when people say that, because the voice channeling is not the only way to communicate. It's really
Oh, yeah.
not, and it kind of irritates me.
Dude,
Just
I'm
being honest,
totally
Good.
honest.
because you can't force somebody to do something that isn't there. It's-
Not
I'm
bad.
trying to figure out what is there for me.
Ooh. I like the sound of that.
And I think everybody listening to the call, you don't feel like you have to do what other people do. Discover what your gifts and talents are. And that's kind of what I always tell everybody on our calls, Tuesday and Friday nights, figure out what they are. I'm still in the process of figuring that out. I don't know.
Like my channeling didn't really start till Aaron was channeling, and
Yeah, so we went over to Egypt.
went over to Egypt in 2019.
Yeah.
And they were both channeling. I go, well, what's that? That sounds neat.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I can do that. I don't know. I mean, I had words sort of coming up. I go, maybe that's what I'm doing too. I don't know. Seems like gibberish to me. Like I'd say stuff and it would just sound like that. Just sound like I was
it's
talking.
definitely. Sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It's definitely personal. You're totally right, Sharon. Like that, everybody has their own way. It's like I mean, I was channeling before, but it was in English, right? So, but I was saying things because I just connected. I got like, and they just came out, and you can change channel by drawing pictures, of course, or by writing texts, or like it doesn't have to be words, and it doesn't have to be light language. It's like Astraea speaks in English to David now most of the time. Like this is all like it's all very, very individual, and I guess also depending on the situation we're in, or that's sort of happening right now, like also the surroundings. It's always like, yeah, what are the energies like? What comes up? So yeah, it's good. Just keep going, like, and do what feels right.
Yeah, no pressure.
Yeah, I know. I've had this conversation with Greg a lot in the past.
No
So I kind of
pressure.
try not to resent that when
Yeah,
he
don't
brings
resent
that
it.
up. I try not to let my emotions and just think, okay, I'm fine. I'm okay the way I am.
You are okay.
Words are not coming to me. That's fine, Sharon. You're fine. You're good.
Good.
And again, I'm dealing with this. I'm not good enough because I can't do this. I'm not worthy. The words aren't coming to me. Yes, I'm connected. I feel awesomely connected, but I am not getting any words. And so I have to be okay with that in myself.
Okay.
And I struggle with that. But Greg, see, he's that mirror. He's that, you can do this. And I'm like, okay, it has to be there before I can do it.
Maybe
So I'm just-
he means something else.
Something
like
else.
maybe
I don't know what he means.
just maybe he
Maybe
just
you can figure that
means
out.
Don't know. I don't know what I mean either.
maybe he just means that it like that he's curious of you finding your voice,
Yeah.
whichever that may be.
And I think
Right,
I really found my voice in the meditations, and because I used to be really closed down a lot.
She does
But
that.
I think he just wants what's best for me. It just sometimes it's I don't know. It's if it's not there, it's not there. So I don't know
No, that's what we're talking.
Why.
There's nothing to do. Just
I just want to be. Can I just be?
Sure.
yes, please be.
Thank you.
I just want to add that one sentence, Sharon. They want us to shine.
Mhm.
They don't want us, like there is this classic thing of the man woman role model thing, right? And the woman steps behind the man, supports him and stuff and everything. And I mean, yeah, but let's support each other, and like we're supposed to shine as well. So I think that's more what it's about than anything else. It's definitely not about pressure. And just keep that in mind. We're not supposed to step back. And
Yeah, and I don't feel that way at all. I feel 100% even with Greg, or even better. So that's as far as meditation, I mean, I feel very confident in myself with that.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm in the back seat. I think I used to before I started opening up and voicing my opinions and being very honest, because it leaves you in such a vulnerable place when you're so honest. And I don't know, I guess I've just felt like I have grown a lot over the last couple of years, and I'm proud of what I've been able to do, and I want to do more. So I thank you all for being on the calls and, listening to me.
yeah,
Yeah, I feel pretty confident.
great. That's good.
And before, I don't let anybody take advantage of me. And in the past, I think I have a lot, over the last 20 years or so. And definitely now I stand up for myself in all things. Yeah.
Yay.
And Greg didn't know me 20 years ago, but I definitely, was not standing up for myself.
Oh, we help each other. And just be confident, because we're divine beings, and we have that divinity behind ourselves to step into. And it's,
Yeah, and sometimes I feel like maybe I'm too honest, but if something doesn't sit right with me, I try to voice it right away. I don't let anything fester. I don't hold that in. I used to do that, and I would get very it would almost explode because it kept getting pushed down, and all of a sudden one thing would trigger, and I'd be very angry.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
Sharon, been there. It's been, that's been, just the replay of a lot of my life. It really took me 20 years to get my head around speaking up for myself.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is with anything. This is in the work environment, because that was tried a few years ago to take advantage, and I didn't let it happen for me. I stood up for myself. Now, one of my friends was really taken advantage of, and I didn't know that. And had I have known, I would have stood up for her too. But again, it's all about us standing up for ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and everybody has, of course we can help each other, but everybody has to, in the end, everybody has to learn it for themselves.
Yeah.
You were in your group called Red, right? Red. Not necessarily good.
Not a good color.
Okay, we're
That's
taking
the color car I drove when I was in all these accidents. Red.
We're taking advantage of people in red. Yeah, they still do, probably. Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
I think we moved into space, right? That's
I like that. It's more nebulous. It's more mysterious.
Not telling, right?
And not spacey, just space.
Right, space, from red to space. It's a good metaphor. Just the words.
Did you say you'd drawn something, Sharon?
Oh, I was drawing, well, during the last channeling that Greg did, I don't know if you were on, it was just like a lot of spirals going up. And then this one, I don't know. Yeah.
Can you show us? No, okay.
That was the intent of my British question.
I don't know, like it's
Back a
Oh.
bit.
it's almost like
It's-
mountains and then
You can't see.
You kind of pull it
It's
back.
all
by your-
blurred.
Pull it
It's-
back by your face.
You
Or,
have to turn off the blurring.
yeah, you have to turn off the blur.
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know how to do that. Let's see.
It's by the 3 dots.
The 3 dots in the top right corner.
Yeah, I'm
Of
trying
your
to get my
picture.
mouse working.
Mm.
No, I don't see it.
Okay.
There should be 3 dots in your picture, top right corner.
In my picture, okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's just a lot of scribbling, but to me, I don't know, it's like mountains, it's like earth. What else is in there? I don't know.
Dragons.
Some kind of a portal or something.
Yeah, I'm always curious as to the meaning. It doesn't always make sense.
Yeah.
Dragons.
And it could be my humanness just looking at it saying, oh, that looks like a portal. It's like a all the way at the bottom, top part mountains. I don't know if it's trying to say anything to me, or just maybe it's just me trying to open up.
I think it's a good idea for us to draw things. Like maybe we all draw something and then share it. It's just we did that. We've done that.
Yeah, this was when you were channeling. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
But
nice.
it gets me. So when you explained you'd been drawing up, I instantly think, well, I wonder what you drew. And then I instantly get this dragon, right, which has reference to 2 or 3 days ago, a call.
Mhm.
And it's like, oh, that dragon that was black is now silver. So
Mhm.
whether you intended that, it's like I
Mhm.
get a visual aid through your channeling.
And the really cool thing was the
Mm.
first drawing that I did, the spiraling, it just, it wasn't the spiraling, it was just the way it made me feel. Like it was just connecting me in no other way, like the movement of the hand and just having my eyes closed, it just helped me to connect better.
And as you talk about spiraling, I think about Alenka and the spiral going upwards. So I
Yeah.
don't think any of these like ways we receive information. It's like it's
Mhm.
all holographic. It's like we get
Mhm.
different experiences, different ways of seeing things, and that all adds another dimension.
Mhm. Yeah, it's like how we'll see things from time to time, but I kind of wanted to play around with other ways,
Mm.
because we all have to do that and figure out what are our gifts, what are our talents, how do we use this, how do we discover these things? I don't know.
We're doing it. Right? We're doing it. So anything else you want to I might need to wrap up soon.
Yeah, it's,
You
yeah.
need to wrap up soon, David, right? How much?
I may have a few words.
Yeah.
Might take 5 or 10 minutes.
Mm.
Thanks, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Me
I will.
channeling, channeling the Christ, Astraea, seems to be the Buddha, 3 of them. Kinlog Kalamai Hublakai Lakal. So I call forth the highest power within me, the Oversoul. Inran Mung Kalan Hum Kalai. And I come home to you, O Oversoul. Imran Kai Takal, to allow your energy to permeate my body, my mind, my heart. Even around me in the street or in the home or wherever I am. Inran Koleki, and I allow this dominion of earth to be your home. Hinran Kol Kumen Kili. So yes, I allow your energy to permeate my very being. Himran Kolamai, as my old friend Sananda would say. Enrag Tomenkilo. Kimman Homanke. Kaman Kalai. Connect my human to divinity. Hinrang Pomen Kalai. Himren Koleg Ki. And allow the Christ energy to come into my heart, to come into my mind. Emran Onlan Kimeneko, and do it tonight, do it always. Emranti, Momenkalai Maminikeloki. So great spirit is coming into the channel. Enrang Koleki, Humanakai, Humankalo. Hinlamai, Hinlamo Kali. So in the minutes and the hours that follow, we just watch the divinity come in. Henran Kol Taman Kalai. And we wait until tomorrow. Himran Ko Kamin Kalai. We love you, we leave you. Wushnaman Kalo, Wushnaman Kalai. We leave you with gifts, yes, always gifts. Himen Kalai, Komen Kalo. Himin Talai, Himin Talo. Whatever you may desire tonight. Hemrai Tai, Hemla Komen Kalo. Just the love of another is enough. Hemen Kalai, Hemen Kalo. So that was curious. Yeah, they want us to connect to the Oversoul. So I've been thinking about it a bit. I don't know how much we've explained that since we put the recordings online. But the highest power within, that was the old Atlantean. When they talk about the Oversoul using those words, the highest power that could inhabit your human body was your Oversoul. So that was the whole purpose of their religion. You could call it a religion as far as I understand it. And we won't talk about all of that tonight, but it is in Mahatma 1 and 2.
From that channel you just did, I was feeling a relaxation coming over because I was tense, tight. I was like, oh, not at ease. But now I'm getting more at ease. Like I asked, can I get more at ease with everything? Like, whatever I'm doing, wherever I am, doesn't matter. I just want to be more ease filled. Yeah.
Yeah, I was feeling it, just sad emotions.
Sadness, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a release of something happened for me. That's why I'm getting a release, and it's like tightness, tighten up. Whew.
Tanka?
I just got that you're carrying for Greg, Sharon. So I guess it's not your sadness there.
Yeah, it kind of surprised me.
Yeah.
You're caring for me? Is that what was that?
Yeah, carrying for you, because you just released.
It was released, so Sharon
You just released, right? And Sharon might be carrying that. That's the idea I got.
Yeah, it's possible. He's so nice and caring stuff for me. Yeah, I was just getting too much, I think, with the channel, and I don't know. But I appreciate all of you guys offering their support. We do this, and if one of us is struggling, I think the other ones we try to help with words and with energy and with channeling or whatever we can do. You just holding space.
Yeah. So I was just getting blue goo and love and light.
That's what I'm feeling now. There was a
Yay.
lot of sadness. Yay. Mm,
So very good.
Yeah, thank you, David.
I just love the energy of the oversoul. It's very fine and it doesn't really depend on materiality in one way, one bit at all. It doesn't really do care. It's not that it doesn't do material, but it's just very fine and divine. And I love that I was able to channel Yeshua's name and like mixing human and divinity. That was his thing. So I bid you farewell for tonight. I'm happy to do a call. They'd be happy for us to get together again tomorrow. I can do back to the normal time.
That works.
Yeah, I think so. That's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Although I'm thinking about that, I'm an hour. It's changed. My time is an hour.
Right.
No, I should be okay to do. Let's just keep it at the normal time.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I should have a break in there, which would be noon our time, but you're going to change the time for you. Is that what you're saying? So
Yeah, normal time.
yeah, for us normal, but David's a little different timeline.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But he's thinking, yeah.
Gotcha.
It's okay. I should be finished in enough time to get back here. Okay, folks, I should run and get dinner.
Yeah.
All right.
Glad you made it to your
Bye, guys.
destination.